But we did have some really heavy rain across our lakeshore areas, and here's a look at the Doppler radar estimates. If you were out toward the lakeshore, anywhere from eastern Lucas County across Ottawa County down into Erie County, there were estimations 2.5, 3, up to 3.5 inches of rain. Even had one report that was closer to 4 inches of rain, and at one point this evening, there was a flash flood warning for several of these communities, and no major issues reported. But yes, you did get a deluge of heavy water that came down for our lakeshore areas. Temperatures now still feel like you can kind of wring it out, though, in the atmosphere. Low to mid 70s. Very humid feel, and one thing that's developing due to the fact we had widespread rain earlier today, it resaturated the atmosphere. Visibility is dropping as fog is developing, and I expect it may become patchy and dense tonight. So if you're an early riser, heads up. We have the potential of some patchy, dense fog in the morning. Do want to share something fairly incredible that occurred today. I know you felt how hot it was. One of the muggiest days that we've had in a couple years. Our heat index reached 103, and you may have thought it really can't get worse than this. Yes, it can. Tampa hit 120 degrees was the heat index today, and by many accounts, that is the hottest heat index that they have seen in either decades or perhaps ever on record down in Tampa. 103 degrees. Their dew point was at 83 degrees. Our dew point is at 73 right now. That is very tropical feeling. So yes, it feels a lot like Florida. And even at points today, it was just downright miserable for us with those dew points that made it above the mid to upper 70s. Now, still going to be another hot and humid day tomorrow, but we're going to get through this one. Make sure you stay hydrated and stay aware of the heat into the afternoon. Lower 90s, that heat index right around triple digits. We're going to be close to 100 degrees into Tuesday afternoon. We'll see the heat begin to ease on Wednesday with some storm chances to come in, and then much cooler weather and less humid weather by the end of the work week. It's not just us, though. Mention what was going on down in Florida. Parts of about 24 states under a big heat wave, and that heat and humidity is going to be sweltering away at least a couple more days, especially farther south across the southeast. It could linger much of the week. We will get some relief, though, with a front that rolls in Wednesday into Thursday, and just in the nick of time, big weekend ahead, Toledo Jeep Fest, and you couldn't draw up better weather. 78 on Friday, this is 79 on Saturday, lower 80 Sunday, and we're looking at rain chance near zero as we go into the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, top-down forecast, we're going to go right to that. Breeze is going to be blowing in the wind and through the hair, so get ready for Toledo Jeep Fest rolling into town this upcoming weekend. Tonight, patchy fog, still going to be muggy, very warm tonight. Lows are going to bottom out only in the low 70s. Highs into Tuesday, right back up into the 90s after that morning fog. Hot and humid through the afternoon. That could lead to a few isolated pop-up storms. Mid-80s on Wednesday, upper 70s. Look at the change Thursday. That's when you're going to feel the relief from the heat and humidity. We'll stay in the 70s Friday, Saturday, and back into the low 80s Sunday for the first weekend in August, which is looking bright and beautiful.